Channel 2 and the American River Conservancy present the series, A Place Called Wakamatsu Farm.
This monument marks a California State Historic Landmark, the site of the Wakamatsu Tea and Silk Farm Colony. Arriving on June 8, 1869, the colonists were the first Japanese immigrants. They settled on this Placerville property in El Dorado County. Some call this place the Plymouth Rock of the Japanese-American story. American River Conservancy now owns this place called Wakamatsu Farm. On this property is the gravesite of Oke. She is respectfully referred to as Oke-san. Oke-san was one of the Japanese immigrants at Wakamatsu Farm during a time when very few Japanese people traveled or lived outside of Japan. The colonists left Japan after a civil war called the Boshin War. At the time, Katamori Matsudaira was the lord of Aizu Wakamatsu. One of his advisors was a German named John Henry Schnell, a weapons dealer and honorary samurai. Schnell armed the Aizu warriors with Western weapons. When the battle in Aizu was fought during the autumn of 1868, the imperial soldiers brutally defeated Matsudaira's forces. Many Aizu samurai warriors, both men and women, lost their lives. Tsuruga Castle in Aizu Wakamatsu was also destroyed. After the battle, Lord Matsudaira sent Schnell and the colonists to start a new life in America. He planned to one day join the colonists, but Lord Matsudaira had to surrender his wealth, so the Aizu lord never made it to the California farm. Schnell led other samurai, farmers, carpenters, and their families across the ocean to their new home in America. It took the colonists 22 days to sail across the Pacific Ocean aboard the mail steamship, the PMSS China. They arrived by wagon with their products from Japan. Thousands of tea plants, millions of tea seeds, silkworms, and mulberry trees to feed the worms. They brought bamboo, rice, oranges, and persimmons, along with their great hopes and dreams. Products from Japan were very new to America. For a few years, the colony was successful. They showed their crops in California fairs, earning a gold medal and cash prize. They also brought and planted a Japanese elm tree called the Keyaki tree, which still grows next to the old white farmhouse at Wakamatsu Farm. Schnell was married to a samurai-class Japanese woman. While living at the farm, they had a daughter named Mary Schnell, who is the first birthright Japanese-American citizen. Oke-san was the Schnell's family nanny. Some of the colonists had their photos taken. Copies of their portraits are displayed at Wakamatsu Farm. They are the original Issei, meaning the first generation of Japanese immigrants in North America. Then a drought came, and it changed the fate of the colony. They also had trouble with local miners. The colonists had to use polluted water from a mining ditch that killed their tea plants. The group became unsettled and some of them returned to Japan. They left behind a beautiful banner of ivory-colored silk and gold thread bearing the Matsudaira family crest, along with a small samurai dagger called a tanto. Schnell went back to Japan for more support, but he never returned. History may never tell what happened to Schnell and his family, including their first Japanese-American child. Oke-san was a teenager when she came to America. She probably did not want to leave her family and home, but she had to obey her lord's command. When the colony broke apart, most of the other colonists moved on, but Oke-san stayed on with the Vierkamp family who took over this farm. She helped with household chores, and she was treated like a family member. When Oke-san died of a fever in 1871, she was only 19. She became the first Japanese woman and immigrant to die and be buried on American soil. She was buried on this knoll at Wakamatsu Farm because she liked to come to this place facing westward. She probably felt homesick when she looked toward her homeland of Japan. Another colonist named Matsunosuke Sakurai also stayed on with the Vierkamps. To ensure Oke-san's life would be remembered, Mats saved money for 15 years to buy the marble headstone to mark her grave. To honor the Wakamatsu colonists' place in history, American River Conservancy hosted a 4-day festival in 2019, celebrating its 150th anniversary. To mark the occasion, Japanese visitors from the 150th anniversary Aizu mission gave this memorial stone to Wakamatsu Farm. The descendant of Lord Katamori Matsudaira and many Aizu people came to Wakamatsu Farm to honor the colonists exactly 150 years after they arrived. Gi is engraved on the stone. It is a virtue from the samurai code called Bushido. Gi means righteous way of life, morality, justice, loyalty, and the fulfillment of a promise. Gi is why Oke left her homeland to travel to an unknown country. Gi is why Matsunosuke honored Oke-san's memory. Gi is why Matsudaira's heir came to the farm 150 years later to fulfill his ancestors' promise. Gi still lives on in honorable actions today at Wakamatsu Farm. With its rolling pastures, fertile soils, ponds, streams, and oak woodlands, history remains alive here at this place called Wakamatsu Farm.